What's up, everybody? Nice to be back on the podcast thing, man. It's been quite a few weeks since I've done this, so I do have a couple lined up for the next couple weeks. But I thought I'd go ahead and make a solo little video, see if I can get this uploaded, kind of get something going here, just to keep try to stay consistent with the podcast YouTube thing. So appreciate y'all tuning in, checking out what I got to say. I don't know. I've never done the thing solo, so it's kind of hard to see how long I'm going to talk or some talking points because, I'm really not a talker in general unless I got a few beers in me, so I ain't been drinking at all yet today, so we'll see how it goes. But trying to, I don't know, maybe just see if I can hit a couple talking points that I think are important and that people ask me on a regular basis. Just try to touch on a couple things like that I think y'all might find interesting. If you do, great. If not, whatever. I don't really care. So we'll see how it goes. And if it's something that kicks off and I think it goes well, then I'll try to do this maybe once or twice a month or something. So basically, I think it's important to talk about just the online presence. And when you're a small business, and being able to take the time and the effort to put into being online. I think, especially in my industry, the construction world, the residential service world, it's something that's really not emphasized, I don't think, a whole lot, and I don't know why. I think the world that we live in right now, it's a very important aspect of anybody's marketing. The social media content that's put out is what people see. And it's something that needs to have priority. You need to spend money on it, and that just is what it is. It's unfortunate because it's not something that I personally really enjoy doing. I know the importance of it, so I'd make an effort to do it. But it's not something that I'm like, I get excited about, and I want to just like keep putting up shit on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and the podcast, and it's just overwhelming sometimes. And I think that's why people in my industry don't do it a whole lot, because I think they're more geared up towards working with their hands and driving trucks and running equipment and shit like that. So this type of stuff isn't necessarily what they enjoy doing, so they don't take the time to do it. But I really think it's important. So if you're a landscaper or a small business owner in any type of service industry, I think I will go out and say, hey, it's important. You need to get yourself out there, get online, and keep posting content and keep interacting with people that are interested in following what you got going on. It's just important, and I don't think it's going anywhere. If anything, it's only going to continue to be more and more relevant moving forward. So, might as well get used to it. I don't know. It just seems like everything's online, and I don't see it going the opposite direction. So I realize that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I'm making an effort to do shit like this. It's not my strong suit, not really what I want to be doing on a Friday afternoon, but, I know the importance of it, and I'm gonna keep trying to do it. I just think it's a necessity for all small business. So that's kind of why I'm putting the effort in and doing the podcast thing and stuff like that. And so I appreciate y'all, supporting me in that. I know it's probably not the best quality, the best content, but I think I do think I'm one of the few people in Southern Maryland in this industry that's doing what I'm doing. So, and it's worked out. It's worked out for me so far. I can't complain at all, man. So, all right. So, one of the other talking points that I get asked a lot is like kind of how I made the jump into going into business for myself. I think a lot of people have aspiration to do that, or at least think about it. But people are scared to make the leap of faith and to go into business for themselves full time. I would say you probably want to get the ball rolling just with forming a company and forming an LLC, and then seeing where it goes from there. Maybe don't make it your full-time income right off the bat, but at least get it started and work nights and weekends, outside of your regular job, and get everything moving, and then you'll know when you can't control, kind of handle both your full-time job and your own business, then it's time to take the leap of faith and to start making it full-time. And I mean, it's just a scary thing too. I mean, it's something that is a big risk, no matter what industry you're in. If you're going to be solely dependent on your small business income, I mean, it has to succeed. It is what it is. I mean, failure is not an option. I did that at a pretty good point in my life. I was young, newly married, but no children yet. Even though the first child came shortly after I made the leap of faith. But I think it's the best decision I've ever made, no, hands down. So I would definitely recommend it to anybody who's willing to put in the time and the effort and is willing to take the risk. And it takes. I mean, it is risky. So I mean, it just takes a little bit of a little bit of guts to do it, I think. And some people just aren't in a position, whether it's financially or their responsibilities at home or whatever, to do it. And I understand that, but I still think that forming LLC or an S corp or whatever and doing something on the side would be worth it, if anything, just for the tax benefits that you get as being a small business. I think if you're working for somebody else and you have a side business formed on, you would still get the tax benefits of being a small business owner. And I think that right by itself is something that's, worth doing, if that's the only reason you're going to do it. So definitely would recommend it to everybody. And I would try to get into something that you enjoy doing, especially if it's going to be a side business. I mean, don't do something that you think is going to be profitable, but you don't necessarily enjoy doing. So that would be another piece of advice. Find something that you enjoy doing, and rolling with it. I would love to get into something a little different to do with like outdoor stuff, whether it's something with hunting and fishing or whatever. But that's just not in the cards for me at the moment. But maybe sometime in the future, whether it's guiding or shit, I don't know, just doing it for fun, trying to make some money doing it. I don't know how I would make money. I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. But to take a hobby and turn it into a half-assed business where you can justify going out and doing it and making a little bit of money, I mean, I think that would be ideal for most people. But again, you can't be scared to take the risk. You got to put yourself out there, and you can't do it and not tell anybody about it. That goes back to the whole online presence thing. I think if you're going to take that leap of faith, I mean, you got to go all in, and you have to let people know that it's out there. If not, then it's never going to succeed. I mean, you're not even setting yourself up for success, or a chance to succeed. You know what I'm saying? So, a good example of that is my wife and I, we're starting a small farm, and, we already have Instagram page and all that set up. Got a logo, and we're in the process of trying to form an LLC for that. And it's something that you have to let people know that's forming, or else people don't know that it's there and they can't support you even if they wanted to. So I mean, you gotta get it together and then throw the shit online so that people can see it and then give you the feedback at that point. Because I mean, that right there shows that unless you have it available and you put it online in front of people, it's almost like the shit doesn't even exist, because they can't support you even if they wanted to. So, I mean, that in itself shows the importance of the whole online presence. It's kind of mind-boggling, to be honest with you, just to how important that aspect of the whole thing is. So yeah, I mean, the social media content and the online world is just a very real thing. It's important. I was I was watching the Gary Vee Instagram page, and he argues with people all the time, especially like the older generation, saying that, the online world's not real life and shit like that. But the truth is, the online world is real life because people pay attention to it and people spend money on it. And I mean, that just is what it is. I mean, there's no denying that that's what puts you in front of people, and that's how people interact with you, and that's how people spend money with you. I mean, you can't argue it. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it 100%, but I do understand the importance of it, and that's why I'm putting myself out there on the internet and doing shit like this that's not really in my comfort zone, so that I can interact with people online and try to get them to not only support me, but to ask for my services if they ever do need it. So I don't know. I mean, again, it's not something that I'm very good at. I'm much better at doing what I do for a living than I am talking in front of a camera and putting the shit online. But I mean, it's the way that people interact now, one-on-one and business to business and the whole deal. So I don't know. I think in my industry and similar industries, it's something that's not emphasized a whole lot. And the fact that I've been doing it for the last year, maybe year and a half, it's gone a long way. Like, I've seen the direct impacts of what I've been doing, and how it affects my income and the amount of people that are reaching out to me for work. So it's something that I'm going to stick with. I would definitely recommend other people start doing the same thing. It's been beneficial for us, so it is what it is. Yeah, and if you guys have any pointers or tips for me that would help me be better with my online presence, whether it's on the Facebook or the Instagram or the YouTube or the podcast or the website, whatever. I mean, if there's any way that I can improve that you guys see directly, please reach out. Let me know. I'm always taking, criticism on that, trying to roll with it, make it better. Yeah, I don't know. I do have a couple podcasts lined up for next week, and then one for the week after that. So I'm going to try to get all that rolling here in the next few days, and try to post some more content for you guys. So appreciate it. Any feedback is definitely appreciated, and I don't know. Definitely help me out, interact with me, let me know what I can do better, and we'll roll with that. All right, guys. You all have a good weekend. Appreciate it.